Hello, everyone. Good morning to you. It's 8 o'clock on the start of a Wednesday. A little bit wet to start the Wednesday.
A little
that we
bit.
have on tap.
Josh was just telling us that a tractor trailer spilled flour all over part of the throughway, and it's creating this wet paste.
Johnny, my boy Marrero in the back. Can we pull up that NITEC camera? Where was that accident?
It was on the 90.
Let's see. NITEC.org tells us it's on Walden Avenue, right near Zoller to Wendy Road in Alden, closed because of a crash. So I bet that's where that tractor trailer is located.
I'm trying to find the shot that Josh just had, and he was like, well, you can imagine flour plus water. Making a paste on the road.
Making a dough, yeah. That's not going to be a good thing for a lot of people traveling around. Good news is not a lot of people are on the roads this morning. Oh, John, it's the 90 at exit 54. It's the 400.
Yep.
Let me describe the scene for you. Lots of people in orange diverting traffic around this tractor trailer on the 90 right near exit 54.
And you can
Again,
almost
the 400.
see, like in front of it, look at that. It's like the weird colored stuff. He says it's flour that got dumped out of a truck.
The good thing is that we don't see the truck there anymore.
Yeah.
So while this might be a slow go for drivers, and if you're coming onto the 90 on that ramp, okay, that guy in the orange, I'm a little concerned for his safety.
Well, people need to slow down as they're approaching these people. You should be more concerned about these, yes, his safety, but also these drivers. Got to slow down.
You're talking about the people in the left lane?
No, the people coming on.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so see how this person's going nice and slow? The other person was driving a little differently.
That's why I'm concerned for this guy's safety.
Well, the drivers need to take care here. Just know that that's happening, everybody. Oh, yeah, look at they're like sliding in.
I'm telling you. Got to be careful.
All right, we have a special guest with us today. We're so excited because can you believe here we are 5 days from the total solar eclipse?
A total solar eclipse that Western New York is right in the path of totality. So where else would you rather be than right here, right now? Perhaps Niagara Falls State Park on Monday. My dear, dear friend, Angela Birdie from Niagara Falls State Park is here with us this morning. Angela, good morning to you. Welcome to the show.
Friends. Here we are. Let's go.
Okay.
Ask your question again.
Angela, how long have you been planning for this?
Well, I'm going to tell you that the first mention of this crossed my ears in 2020 when our team that does public education was like, did you know that in, 4 years from today is the eclipse? And I'm like, well, we're in the middle of a pandemic, so get back to me in 2 years. So really about 2 years of really sort of focusing on this. And then the last year has just been,
Okay, Angela, let's discuss.
Yes.
We have almost 1 million people feasibly coming to Western New York within the next couple of days.
Doesn't that blow your mind?
Yes.
I can't get my mind up.
What are you expecting in Niagara Falls? Because we know that a lot of people could be coming to see the total solar eclipse in what is one of the wonders of the world.
We are used to big crowds. I think, and we go way back to 2012 where the biggest crowd was. But, every weekend in the summer, we manage big crowds that come to Niagara Falls State Park. But we are very much aware that this is a different situation. And so, one of the most gratifying things about these kinds of events is that the community gets together. We work together. We plan together. And so we've been working with our state officials. Governor Hochul has convened a interagency task force. We've been meeting for about 1.5 years with the state partners, our local partners in Niagara Falls, in the city of Niagara Falls, the police, the mayor's office, our destination marketing partners at Destination Niagara. All of our partners, we've been meeting, we've been trying to plan, we've been working with NITEC even. I know you guys were checking out their work and they're going to be pivotal on Eclipse Day, I can tell you that much. But it's just been a lot of planning and, how do we move people around? And if you GPS Niagara Falls State Park, it sends you on the parkway into a point. And so the idea of 1 million-ish people heading into a point seems bad. So we've been trying to message to people, there's other ways into the city, come from the north, come from the east, and, try to be creative on how you plan to get to Niagara Falls. Think about carpooling, take public transport, just be smart and patient. I think that's going to be the key to the day.
Yeah, for sure. And, people are going to be filtering into the area Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Of course, Monday, the big day. It sounds like the biggest concern is once the eclipse is over, getting everybody out, because it sounds like that's when the roads might be busiest. So what are you recommending to people? And then what do you think about getting everybody out?
Recommend patience yet again, but we also recommend sticking around. Part of the planning that we've been doing is how do we keep people in town? And on Old Falls Street, there's going to be a festival. There's bands, there's food, there's music. There'll be fireworks at 8:30. There's fireworks in the gorge at 10 as well. There's a special illumination of the falls that's especially for the eclipse, a special program that'll be running a few times Monday night only. And of course, all the great attractions. Everything is open. We've been blessed with a mild winter. So the Maid of the Mist goes into the water tomorrow, actually. So people can come back Tuesday morning, take a ride on the Maid, do the Cave of the Winds, hit the aquarium. And, we are really encouraging people to look beyond the sky and see what else is around us here in Western New York. Experience.
And this is kind of an interesting question from Bob. Do you think the Wi-Fi might crash? And knowing with so many people that are coming to see the eclipse here in Western New York, what's being done to maximize the efficiency here when it comes to cell service, Wi-Fi?
So Governor Hochul's team has been in touch with all those cell phone providers and internet providers and trying to boost those things up. I am not techie at all, but I know that we've been working on that as well at Niagara Falls. But I mean, it's a fact of the matter, especially when you're at Niagara Falls on a good day. You may end up roaming into Canada. You may lose Wi-Fi. So again, just be prepared. I think you're going to have millions of people trying to send pictures of the sun and whatever else. So, if one of the tips I keep seeing, which I think seems like a really good idea, and it brings me back to like the old trip ticket, AAA, but print your maps out if you're coming somewhere, going somewhere that you're not familiar, print that map out so you have a hard copy in case the Wi-Fi is out. So again, the key of the day is really going to just be patience and kindness and make the best of it and have fun with it. This isn't serious. This is something so super cool, and we should all be having really a lot of fun with it.
Right. I am so excited for this. I can't wait.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be one of the coolest things in the entire world, literally out of this world.
I'm super looking forward to it. We've got little kids coming in, and I'm so excited to see not only the adults' reactions, but the little kids. I just think it's going to be so great to see my nephews.
Are you excited?
I am. It's kind of like Melinda. I mean, again, we planned that was 6 weeks of intense planning. This has been months of years of intense planning. And then when Melinda got on that wire and walked across, we're like, holy cow, this is the coolest thing we've ever seen. And I'm hoping for that same experience, that when I have a chance and we all have a chance at the park, all of our team has a chance to actually stop, get into that 3 minutes of totality, really and appreciate what we're seeing. Because again, it's going to be...
It'll be like 3 minutes of Zen for you after everything that this is all led up to. I like that we're telling people too to take it back to the old school MapQuest, printed out directions, maybe screenshot the directions, because that's a great point. Yeah. When so many people are in one place, cell phones might not be reliable.
Hey, Ange, you and I worked very closely back together in, what was that?
2012.
Yeah, when Nick crossed over Niagara Gorge, and it was
one of the
exactly. You and I have been thick as thieves ever since.
Indeed,
love you very much.
Apologies too.
But in conversations with my man John Percy from Destination Niagara USA, how do you think Niagara Falls will benefit economically from this kind of a tourism boost?
Yeah.
And how do you think you can move it into the future?
Yeah, this is huge. I mean, it's April, right? Typically this time of year, there's not a ton of people around. Our hotels are booked. Restaurants are going to be packed. Again, attractions are open at a time of year when normally we're not. And so, as much of a great thing as it is, it's also a little bit of a challenge, because usually in the summertime when we're experiencing that high volume of tourists, we've got all of our college kids back from school helping us work. So we're kind of up against a little bit of a workforce issue right now in April, but it's going to be great. And, I think, again, anything that we can do to highlight Niagara Falls as a place to visit, 365 days a year, whether there's a celestial event or not, is key. And not unlike with the Melinda event too, Ed, the next day after that, we woke up and Niagara Falls was on the cover of every paper around the world and newspapers and, news around the world. And people still come and they're like, oh, I saw that on TV. And so things like this, where Niagara Falls is front and center, really helps sort of promote the destination for, years to come. We do have media coming from around the world and around the country yet again. And so that message will be loud and proud out around the world.
Angie, I want to bring up a comment from one of our viewers. She has a question for you. Are the bathrooms at all the state parks going to be open, like DeVoe,
Yeah.
Reservoir? I'm sure
Yeah.
you guys have thought through these
That's
logistics.
a great question, Cindy. Yep, everything will be open. We are ready to go. In fact, we opened, Governor Hochul suggested we open our campgrounds because there was a cry for camping. And so we've got all of our campgrounds open. They're all booked, 4 Mile Creek, Golden Hill, and Evangola. And so those are open. And yes, we are dewinterizing all of our restroom facilities. We are bringing in extra porta potties where needed. And the one key thing is if you're planning to come to a state park, no matter where, we have an app. It's the New York State Parks Explorer app. We're urging you to go onto that app, favorite the parks that you want to go to or that you enjoy, and we'll be sending out live real-time messages when parking lots are full or if there's any sort of impact at that park that would change your experience and make you have a plan B. But New York State Parks Explorer app is available and a really great tool to help you navigate around all of your state parks around all of New York State.
Angela, you guys have thought of it all.
We have. This is what we do. This is what we do. Great team. That's, again, I can't straight it enough. Our team at Niagara Falls State Park and all of our state parks. Buffalo Harbor, I think that's a sleeper right now. That's going to be packed. Yeah. The Outer Harbor is going to be the place to be. So our team at Buffalo Harbor has been working really hard. And one thing I want to mention about Buffalo Harbor is the boat launches there will be closed that day. So there'll be no boat launches at Buffalo Harbor on Eclipse Day. So don't plan to do that. But yeah, I mean, our team is good. They're amazing. They know crowds. They know how to move people. They know how to manage people. And, it's another fun experience for all of our books that we're going to write about parks.
And maybe you can answer Mark's questions here. Will the Discover Niagara buses be rolling? Yep,
Mark, the Discover Niagara shuttles will be rolling all throughout Niagara County. Another piece of the excitement of the weekend, really starting Friday, is NASA's in town. And actually they're here. I got to go pick them up after this. But we've got scientists from NASA that will be presenting free programming throughout all of Niagara County all weekend long. Real life astronaut will be in town. And so the Discover Niagara shuttles will be rolling to all those locations so people can move about. And for the full schedule of that, hit NiagaraFallsUSA.com is the website where we're sort of warehousing all of the Eclipse events, including the NASA presentations.
Fantastic. We can drop that in the link in the comments for everybody. I just want to bring up Brittany's comment really quickly too. I heard something about Chestnut Ridge and Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon. Brittany, that was an April Fool's that was sent out the other day. I don't know if you caught that.
I did.
Brittany, I will be performing interpretive dance to Total Eclipse of the Heart. So
we all will.
Oh, that sounds really good.
I reached out to Bonnie Tyler's people and tried to get her to come, and you can't believe how expensive an 80s rock star is these days.
Really? Interesting. Would you like Ed just to show up and sing it and dance?
I would actually be happy to see that. Yeah.
Angela,
we could do a duet. I could see a really nice duet with you two, or
together forever. Angela Birdie from Niagara Falls State Parks. We love you. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for everything.
Thank you.
Have a great
day. We'll be
seeing
you real soon.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Happy eclipsing.
We love Angela Birdie. She is phenomenal. And she works so hard to make sure that everything is going to be so great for all of those folks who are going to be traveling to Niagara Falls State Park. Paula says, great information, guys. Thanks, Paula. We appreciate you.
Boy, they've thought of a lot of stuff. The bathrooms is a great question. Obviously, I'm sure, that was on their radar too. But, when you've got all these people in one place.
It's so funny that they've been planning this since 2020. But, like Taylor Swift says, are you ready for it? Seems like they might be.
Yeah.
Look, there's always going to be something that isn't going according to plan. So you've just got to be patient with literally double the population coming into Western New York in the next couple of days.
And you would hope that if people are really planning a trip to come here, they're really taking a look at this stuff. But that is such a great point that Bob made, and then Angela obviously echoed. Print out your maps.
Yeah.
Boy, how long has it been since you were like MapQuest?
I honestly, that was a point that I don't think I ever thought of. And I'll be honest with you, I use the GPS of my phone around Western New York all the time.
I think we all do. Especially because we go to places that are a little out there sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
We've never been, I don't know where Jones Street in Salamanca is or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yes.
The town if you know the town. But
Adrian's right. This is such an exciting time for Western New York. And, we can really sparkle here. We can really kind of show off.
Bejeweled.
Yes. how sometimes Buffalo is the underdog in so many things. Like we're often the butt of a joke, or we're often, considered a snow capital.
Yeah.
This is our moment.
Thank God it's not going to snow that day.
Right, though. And
because let's be real, April is a possibility.
It's a hit or miss.
But it looks like it's going to be, at least temperature-wise.
I am so excited. Okay, let's talk about going grocery shopping, because I feel like there's a lot of interest here.
Yes.
People who have changed their shopping habits as a result of cost, going different places, not buying certain things that they perhaps once did. You spoke with an expert and learned some really interesting tidbits.
So here's the thing. I've actually noticed this myself. Now, this is because I'm doing the price tracking, right? So every week for the past 7 weeks, almost a couple months now, and I did it before a couple of years ago. But now I've been checking the prices of these 5 items at 5 stores. So I do it every single week. So I've kind of watched these different trends. I've seen what's cheaper in different places. And then, of course, if you're at a store, you're going to do some shopping there because you're already there. So it's really changed the way that I shop, tracking all of these prices. And so, I did speak with this consumer expert. He's from UB School of Management, so it's really their business school there. This guy is great. His name is Chuck Lindsay, and
super smart.
Yeah, super smart. He was looking at basically what's changed because of grocery prices being so much higher. Now, first off, I thought it was really interesting. I don't even think I told you this. The biggest jump in grocery prices is because of the pandemic, according to him. I mean, like that's when we saw
supply chain kind of thing.
Supply chain, the pandemic, like it just really took off from there. And then yes, inflation, but inflation's come back down. So these prices really started. I mean, you guys remember we were paying $5 a dozen for eggs,
That's a lot.
and it was like $5 a pound for chicken at one point. Anyway, so here's what he's saying: because all this stuff is happening, so many more people are using coupons. Are you using coupons that you didn't usually use? I think next week, that's what I'm going to do for Price Tracker. Take a look at where you can find coupons, because you were asking me that yesterday. They're also shop comparing prices with different stores. So their comparison shopping is what I'm trying to go for here. So they're looking at how much things cost at different stores, and then they're buying fewer brand name things and going to the private label and the store brands.
Danielle says I go to Aldi's first, Target for things on the Circle app, and Wegmans last, mostly for meat at Wegmans. Yeah, I, when it comes to clipping coupons, I was actually questioning where you still can clip coupons. I don't get a physical paper to my house anymore. And then you said, oh, we'll just go online. Well, okay, but then you go to coupons.com or something like that, and then you've got to install all of these things and then print them out. And who's got a printer nowadays?
Okay, so if you go to Wegmans, do you digitally clip your coupons? I was showing him how you can do that yesterday. And you need to clip them in the app, and then you put your number in or scan your whatever, and that's how you get your coupon. Like, if you see it existing, that's great, but you got to clip it. It's just like at Target. You got to clip it too.
I don't even know that they had coupons at Wegmans.
Yeah, see, Daniel said I get coupons in the mail, and I use Wegmans Digital. So yeah, you can get the coupons in the paper still. It's at like P&G or whatever it's called.
Yeah, but, Procter & Gamble. Yeah.
So I am going to show you next week how you can get those coupons online.
Julie says I get my coupons digital. Lauren says it's a pain to get coupons. Now, that's kind of what I'm saying.
I don't think it's as big of a pain as we think that it is.
Well, but now you've got to download the apps, and you've got to...
Yeah, but how many apps? Is it really that difficult?
I just don't do that. I don't know. I have the Target Circle app because you told me about it. I don't have the
Wegmans app.
No.
Really?
I don't even know there was a Wegmans app.
Come on.
No, what do I need the Wegmans app for?
Well, listen, now... This is not a way to save money on groceries, but it's a time saver, right? Ordering groceries, you can order on the Wegmans app, and it's a little bit more expensive. It's marked up a little bit, but on those weeks that you're just not going to make it to the store, you can do that. So that's why I have the Wegmans app.
Mark says that's tough for older people. Right, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Well, you could still definitely get them in the paper. So I'm going to get those, and then I'm going to take a look at what apps actually help and are easy to use.
Okay, your mom.
Ed just keeps complaining. No, I'm kidding.
Well, your mom is kind of saying to the same point, though. She used to see a lot more coupons. I don't see as many coupons anymore. You don't get the Sunday paper, right? Mm-hmm. But you do clip digital coupons, but they're more for specialty items.
So I will agree. The Wegmans coupons are really for specific things. The Wegmans had their spice little spice shaker things. $1 off. I have a coupon for that.
For what, McCormick?
No, the Wegmans brand ones, the garlic Parmesan. Have you ever tried? Oh my God, they're so good. Oh, they're good. I'll get you one.
Okay.
And then those corn popper things I was telling you about with the little chocolate drizzle. I got $1 off on those. So it is more specialty things, I would say.
This might actually be a good price tracker too. People who are on a fixed income or perhaps senior citizens. Senior Day is the first Tuesday of the month. I spend $15 yesterday, or saved rather.
So you know what? I have to try to remember all the details about that. I can reach out to Kathy from Tops. We did do that 2 years ago. I just don't remember it all.
Paula says, I never remember to go on the app to clip virtual coupons. When they come to my house, I cut them and put them in my car, ready when I went to the store. But now I Instacart almost exclusively.
See, right. And that'll change things. Now, there are some places too that still double manufacturer's coupons. So if you can find those manufacturer's coupons, you can still get them doubled. And then if you can add them to something that's already on sale, that's when you get your big deals.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Catherine says, just download the Wegmans app the other day and was shocked to see coupons. Right. Who even knew?
Now, see, BJ's, I don't do BJ's, Catherine. So maybe I'll have to take a look at that. I talked about doing that in the past too, because I know a lot of people buy bulk there. So we'll have to take a look at that. Sam's Club.
Yeah, Price
BJ's,
Club,
Costco, once they come.
Yeah, God willing, fingers
Mhm.
crossed. Kelsey says, I love bringing the kids grocery shopping on senior day, fishing for compliments as my kids blow kisses at everyone.
Cute.
That's adorable.
So question for you guys. If you really do think you're good at using coupons or you think you've got some shopping tips and tricks, drop me a line here or send it to my email, katie.morse@wkbw.com, or reach out to me on social because I want to talk to a couple people who think they're really good at doing this so we can give other people some tips.
Peter wondering, can you use coupons on Instacart?
I don't know. I don't really use Instacart. I use the Wegmans app. Anybody who uses Instacart, would you know? I like the Wegmans app. I just pick it up curbside.
Okay.
Like I pull
And
in.
so what is the upcharge for that? I honestly have never done that.
So there is an upcharge. It's per item. Okay. But not every item. So like some items might be like 20% more. Some items are the same cost. So you just have to keep an eye on it. You can actually make an in-store list and then you can switch it to pickup and you can see the difference.
Wow.
So I would say if I made my whole grocery list and then I switch it to in-cart, it might be like $20 more. But we're talking like a whole grocery list. And
That's
someone
a
else,
lot.
well, someone else is doing the shopping for you. I mean, you pull in and leave. So it's a convenience fee.
Is anyone...
Now, here's the other thing. Consider this. I asked Chuck, I called him Chuck yesterday, who I was talking to him from UB, what he thinks is like a shopping tip that he might have come up with or passed along to someone. He said, I mean, there really is science behind us going into stores and picking up stuff we don't need because we see it.
Sure.
So you're not doing that.
I see it. I want it.
Exactly. My husband is the king of this. And so if you're doing the Instacart, yeah, you're paying a little bit of an upcharge, but that isn't happening at all. You're only getting what's on your list.
Yeah, but you're still paying the upcharge.
Right,
though.
but would you, let's say it was $15 of an upcharge. Do you think you'd spend $20 if you picked up other stuff in the store?
Probably on those oranges. Danielle.
Oh my God, I can't even talk about those oranges. You should tell people this.
Do you like those? Our favorite oranges are the sumo oranges.
Ed loves these oranges. Okay?
They look like big, fat sumo
with the little
wrestlers.
thing on the top. Yes.
The little nub. And they are expensive. We can just call it what it is. But they are absolutely delicious.
We can also call that what it is. Favorite oranges.
And if you like something enough and are willing to pay for
Absolutely.
it, then by all means.
Yeah. Like
So
if you really like it, you'll pay the premium for it.
Exactly. See, Jill loves sumos. Kristen, I'm obsessed with sumos. Kristen again says, I've spent a small fortune on sumos. So that's kind of what I was saying to Katie yesterday. I said, I walk into Wegmans. She goes, have you changed any of your shopping habits? And I'm like, no.
Because we sit across from each other and we talk about our stuff all day long. And I'm like, oh, I just had the most interesting interview. Blah, blah, blah.
And so I was like, well, you know, when it comes to oranges, I just walked out. I bought 6 oranges and spent $18 on them the other day.
This was my face, jaw on the ground. I was like, $18?
She goes, did you reconsider that purchase? I said, I did not.
And I get it. Like if something's a premium for you and you like it that much, it's worth paying the extra money.
They're very, very good. Now, I will say, we went to the Broadway Market a couple of weekends ago. I told you about those crab legs. Great, delicious meal. But we also got some sumos from the produce stand there, and they were so much cheaper at the Broadway Market than they were at the supermarket.
Yeah. Well, and convenience. You know, you pay for convenience.
Yeah, Parker's Pit. No. I got that Anchor pennies.
I
don't. So no, it's not. Oh, a sumo orange is a sumo orange. They're like bigger on the bottom and have like a small little head.
Yeah.
They look like sumo wrestlers.
Jan,
I know, Ma.
This is where all his cash is going. Hope you don't expect a nice Mother's Day gift. Here's an orange.
Have a great day, everyone.